Zinedine Zidane is set for a return to football, but which club will it be? Real Madrid want to snatch a key man from Liverpool, and the name will shock you. Barcelona are weighing up a bold move for Marcus Rashford, and Pep Guardiola has picked out his next £90 million star. But who's the target? All that and loads more in today's episode. If this video hits 350 likes, I'll sit down straight away and start working on the next one. Let's jump into the latest transfer rumors. Nuno Espirito Santo is no longer the manager of Nottingham Forest, and apparently it's not just about results. Reports say he clashed badly with the club's owner, which explains why he was dismissed after only 3 games of the season. The announcement even came at midnight without waiting for the morning, but the replacement was found instantly. ANGE Postecoglou, the very same who left Tottenham in June, is set to become the new head coach, and his debut couldn't be tougher. An away trip to Arsenal right after the international break, straight into the fire, as they say. According to The Athletic, ANGE will bring part of his Spurs backroom staff with him, meaning a full rebuild is on the way. The Telegraph reports his deal is for just 18 months, a clear prove-yourself contract. And why him? First, unlike Nuno, who was at odds with the owner, Evangelos Marinakis has an excellent relationship with Postecoglou. Second, ANGE was out of work, meaning no compensation fee, simple savings. And third, Marinakis is ambitious. He wants trophies. Forest are in Europe for the first time in 30 years, and they need a coach with a winning record. Postecoglou, of course, delivered a Europa League trophy at Spurs. The puzzle fits perfectly. He's been tasked with pulling off the same trick at Forest. Let's see how it turns out. Turkish media have dropped a bombshell. Apparently, Zinedine Zidane has agreed to take charge of Fenerbahce. For a club that only just parted ways with Jose Mourinho, this would be huge. Journalists insist a preliminary agreement is already in place, and that Zidane will soon fly to Turkey to finalize the deal. Zidane has been out of work for years, repeatedly rejecting offers from Europe's top clubs, Juventus, Manchester United, PSG, every time saying no. And now suddenly, Turkey? It does look suspicious. Many believe Zidane has been waiting for something bigger. Above all, the France national team job. That will be decided after the 2026 World Cup, when Didier Deschamps' contract expires. And rumors say he'll leave no matter what. The other option often discussed was a Real Madrid comeback after Carlo Ancelotti, but Florentino Perez chose Xabi Alonso instead. And rightly so. Xabi turned Leverkusen into a machine, proving he can build a project from scratch. Zidane, in contrast, is known more for managing ready-made squads. His Madrid side thrived because he got the best out of stars already in place. So, a move to Fenerbahce is a mixed bag. On one hand, ambition, a massive fan base, wild atmospheres, and the hunger to shine in Europe. On the other, a team needing a full rebuild. Is Zidane suited to that? It's an open question. Friends, let's pause for a second. Drop a like or dislike on this video. Every bit of feedback matters and really helps the channel. Thanks for your support. As for reasons, there are 2 theories. First, money. Zidane has been idle for years, and it's possible the Turks made an offer too good to refuse. Fenerbahce would certainly spend big for a name like his. Second, practice. If Zidane truly is waiting for France, he may want to refresh his skills and get back into the day-to-day rhythm. In that sense, Turkey becomes a training ground. But can we trust these reports? Turkish outlets love dramatic headlines. Today, it's Zidane to Istanbul. Tomorrow, it could be Zidane still waiting for France. Just days ago, French media wrote his post-2026 appointment as national coach was already agreed. If it does happen, though, it's a bombshell. Imagine, the man who won the Champions League 3 times in a row stepping into the Turkish league. It would raise the league's profile, draw global attention, and even skeptics would admit, Turkey has never had a coach of this caliber. For now, it's a classic story with endless endings. Either a Turkish fairy tale that collapses tomorrow, or a real deal that changes football's landscape. One thing's certain, Zidane's name is back in the headlines, and every step he takes shakes the football world. Marcus Rashford may have made a mistake by moving to Barcelona. He simply won't get enough minutes to find his form. And even though he's only 27, this loan move could turn out badly. He looked fine under Hansi Flick in preseason, but once the league began, it all fell apart. Rashford has been used as a bench option, coming on in 2 of Barça's first 3 La Liga matches. Unsurprisingly, Spanish reports already suggest the club is considering sending him back to Old Trafford. Official sources deny it, but Rashford has been warned that Barcelona may not be the right place for him. After all, what are the chances he gets 15 straight starts to regain rhythm? Practically none. At Barça, he's seen as nothing more than cover for Rafinha. Of course, the club say otherwise. They told Rashford's camp they believe in his potential, insisting he'll find his level again once the Champions League begins and fixture congestion kicks in. But in reality, he's still a bench player. It's easy to forget Rashford once wanted to spend his whole career at United. Now the idea of Barça cutting the loan early is circulating, even if the club calls it nonsense. They do hold an option to buy him for £26 million, but he's only played 96 minutes so far. His market value sits at £40 million, though Barcelona don't see him performing at that level. Rashford himself admits adapting to La Liga has been tough. So the real question is, why make this move at all? He was thriving at Aston Villa, playing in Europe, leading the line, the star of the team. Why swap that for Barça, where the competition is brutal? Ambition is fine, but common sense matters too. For Barcelona, the deal also looks questionable. His salary is huge, and winning battles for places has never been his strong point. The truth is simple. Rashford is a good player for the level of Villa or Newcastle, but not for Barcelona or Manchester United. So, the Manchester City saga with the Premier League has taken another turn. And guess what? This time, it's ended in a settlement. The Times reports it. And that's huge because we're talking about those rules on associated party transactions, the APT stuff. They were brought in after Newcastle's Saudi takeover, so clubs couldn't just inflate income with sponsors linked to their owners. City weren't having it. They've always said those rules are unfair, stopping them from signing deals with Abu Dhabi companies like Etihad. And back in February, a tribunal sided with City, calling the APT rules invalid. That was a clean win. City weren't about to let go, but now, compromise. City have officially accepted the APT rules and agreed to follow them. In return, they've got what they really wanted: no discrimination when they sign deals with their sponsors. And that means only one thing: a mega Etihad deal is coming. We're talking numbers close to £1 billion, insiders say. For context, the old 2011 deal was £400 million across 10 years. This could blow that away. Here's the point. Sponsorships are the real fuel in modern football. The Premier League feared these deals would skew the books, but City stood firm and basically pushed the league into backing down. They even said in their statement, the rules aren't transparent or proportionate and might actually distort competition. City also pointed fingers at Arsenal, Brighton, Everton, Leicester, where shareholder loans weren't treated as related party deals, even though they were massive sums. That, they said, was unfair, so this agreement saves everyone a court fight that could have dragged until 2026. The league avoids another public defeat. City lock in freedom to strike monster commercial contracts. But they can't relax, because the big one is still out there. 130 alleged breaches of Premier League financial rules. That case could mean real punishments: bans, points deductions, reputation damage. The verdict's expected soon. For now, though, City have their win. The league keeps face, City keep their sponsors. Questions on financial fairness? Still there. But today, City walk away with a small, yet very important victory. Once again, there's noise around a Liverpool defender, and once again Real Madrid appear on the horizon. This time it's about Ibrahima Konate. According to the Spanish press, the Frenchman has already given a verbal agreement to move to Madrid, and the club see him as one of their top priorities for next season. That sounds worrying for the Reds, especially when you recall how things ended with Trent Alexander-Arnold. The same pattern. In winter, Real offered serious money, Liverpool refused, and in the end, Trent left for free. Now the numbers are different, but the story looks the same. Real are offering €25 million and want the deal done in January. Liverpool are demanding €50 million, pointing to Konaté's market value of around €60 million. From their perspective, the logic is clear. Why sell a key defender at half price? But here's the issue. If talks over a new contract break down completely, in a year's time, Konaté could walk away for nothing. And history would repeat itself. Konaté's own words also hint that his desire to stay is weak. He's refusing extensions, and his statements sound more like he's looking towards the Bernabeu than Anfield. Real, as usual, are patient. Florentino Perez won't overpay, but he's ready to wait and keep pushing. Spanish sources insist Madrid will do everything to secure this transfer. Liverpool, in truth, have only two options: First, accept 25 million euros in January and at least cash in something. Second, hold firm and risk losing him for free, just like with Arnold. And that raises a question for me too, almost like for Liverpool's board. Should I keep making content and hope you'll eventually subscribe, or just accept that you, like Konate, will leave to another channel without committing? Don't be like Liverpool, make the right choice in time. The subscribe button's below. So the key question is, will Anfield learn their lesson or make the same mistake again? Konate is a player for a top club, and losing him will hurt regardless. But if it's already clear he doesn't want to stay, dragging it out makes no sense. Real know how to wait, and players know how to leave for free. The fault lies not just with the footballer, but with the club that react too late in talks. The scenario looks obvious. Either we see a big transfer this January, or next year we hear about Ibrahima Konate moving to Madrid for free, just like Trent. And judging by Fabrizio Romano's reports, the second option looks far more realistic. Manchester City are once again looking to strengthen their midfield, and this time the focus is on a player who fits Pep Guardiola's philosophy perfectly. According to TalkSport, the citizens are preparing a January move for Fermin Lopez. The Spaniard was already linked last summer when Chelsea showed interest, but the Londoners never made an official approach. Now the situation has changed. City are ready to act. Barcelona, however, are not in an easy position. Hansi Flick trusts Lopez and sees him as key to his rotation. Fermin himself has publicly stated several times that he wants to continue at the club, but Barça's financial reality could once again play against them. Rumors suggest they would only consider a sale if an offer of around 90 million euros arrived. For Chelsea and City, such a fee is hardly an obstacle given their transfer ambitions. Interestingly, Lopez has been on City's radar beyond just January. TBR Football report that the club also explored a move in the summer, and the transfer could resurface in 2026. Guardiola highly values Lopez's versatility. He can play centrally or on the left. In this context, Savinho, heavily pursued by Tottenham, is also mentioned. Should the Brazilian leave the Etihad, Lopez could become the direct replacement. Friends, don't forget to leave your reaction. A like or dislike, it really helps the channel. Even better, drop a comment right now, we'd be grateful. The numbers back him up as well. Last season, Lopez made 46 appearances, only 6 of them on the left flank. His dribbling, however, allows him to adapt there when needed. Most of his impact came through the middle. 22 games as an attacking midfielder, with 4 goals and 8 assists. For a 22-year-old, that's impressive output. Observers also highlight his style: attack-minded, strong from distance, technically sound, and always looking to receive the ball. In many ways, he reflects the qualities Guardiola once instilled in his midfielders at Barcelona. Now Pep could shape another all-round midfielder in Manchester. Of course, Barça will try to keep him, but with a price tag set at 90 million euros, City's chances look real. Chelsea may come back into the race. Their previous offer was 60 million euros, hoping to take advantage of Barça's financial issues. But if City and Pep himself push hard, Fermin Lopez might be heading for an entirely new chapter in his career. The question is simple: who will move faster and convince him? Manchester City with Pep's project or Chelsea?